Whew. Good morning. Back in Pai. Went down to Chiang Mai for 2 days, and actually used a doctor's appointment I had made. I needed to get my prescriptions refilled because I'm a product of the Western world. God bless America. And if anything happens to you in the Western world, you get sick, which we all get sick because of our diet, it turns out, and stress, the two combined. So if you get sick in America, you go to a doctor, you pay lots of money, lots and lots of money. Look in the hospital parking lots. There's lots of Mercedes-Benz and BMWs. It's big business. It's a lot of money. Big pharma, doctors make a ton. Doctors make more in America than anywhere else in the world. Is what it is. But then they say our healthcare system is the best. I used to believe that, because I lived there, but not necessarily so. So anyway, I'm on, the Western meds. I'm doing my part to support Big Pharma. Got to prop them up. All we little millions of sheeple must go to Walmart and pay our $10 or whatever the hell it is. I think mine were like $34 or something a month, every month, forever. So in the business world, entrepreneurs call a business where you get monthly returns a subscription business. So, for instance, there's a lot of gurus selling books and tapes how to do real estate. Fucking idiot that I was, I just taught it for free over a third Mada in once a month. In fact, I paid $400 a month for the pleasure of teaching people how to do real estate. But I'm a moron, right? If I was smart, what I would do is have people pay me monthly to give them the information. A lot of gurus charge you $1,400 for a boot camp, $1,497 if you act now. It chops, it dices, it slices. $2,000, for a 3-day boot camp. That's what the old grandmaster himself, Ron LeGrand, did. It was about $2,000 for a boot camp. And they put a lot of information out in 3 days, but once that group is gone, they need to get another group in to pay them the $2,000 a head again. And of course, I think we discussed before, the model is then at that $2,000 boot camp to sell $15,000 to $25,000 private coaching, because you need accountability, you need hand-holding. I always found that insulting personally, but I'm a different kind of cat, as you all know. So some people bought it. There was X percent who would buy the $15,000 or the $25,000 coaching. And that's how they make their money. But subscription business is like your cable, right? You're going to pay $200 a month or whatever you pay for your satellite dish or for cable, internet. That's the real money. That's wealth building, right? So you can wholesale a house or you can flip a house, right? And you're going to make that quick pop, 5, 10, 20 grand on a wholesale or more, depending upon where you live, or 40, 50, 60, 90, once again, depending upon where you live, on a flip. But that's one-time money. That's like a job, right? And trading hours for dollars, just more of them, and you get to choose what to do with your hours, which is sometimes good and sometimes dangerous, right? That's why people fail, because they have to choose, and they choose poorly, right? What to do with their time when they're entrepreneurs. So the subscription is like being a landlord. You're buying a property, and instead of flipping it, you're renting it month after month after month after month. Or buying a business, like a restaurant and guest house in Thailand. It's a subscription business. I'm going to make money not only every month, but literally every day. Every day we get these little receipt tickets and, 1,300 baht. So what's that, $40? Made $40 yesterday, woohoo! But I made it yesterday, and I'll make more today, and I'll make even more this summer. We'll get to the point where this thing will be kicking off probably 5,000 US a month when we get the music going and the deck and all that stuff this summer, and we get the 10th room fixed up and rented, and increase the revenue. Basically, the medical system in the U.S. is a subscription business, right? Because you're going to go to the doctor, you're going to pay a bunch of money. So they get paid now, good. And then they get paid later, and the way they get paid later is they write you a prescription you take to a pharmacy, and you're going to take those pills every month. You want to live? Take these pills. You want to be skinny? Take these pills. You want to stop having headaches? Take these pills. You want to stop having congestion? Take these pills, or squirt this spray up your nose, or drink this liquid, or do something, buy something that we tell you to buy. That's really the message. If you think about it, if you blow away all the crap and the doctors and all that, what they're doing is telling you, go buy something once a month, every month for the rest of your life. Well, that's a subscription business, right? That's exactly what it is. Maybe you never thought of it that way, but I do, because I think like a business person. So, anywho, went to the doctor here in Thailand back in March when I was in Chiang Mai, before I came up to Pai, and got my prescriptions filled, because, you know, I'm a junkie. I need my fix, right? Every 30 days. If I don't have my pills, bad things happen, and that's true. That's true. Back in 2015, I had stopped taking my blood pressure medication, metoprolol, metoprol, metoprolol. When I had my first heart attack in 2011, that's right, I've had more than one. Told you I'm a fucking beast. 2011, I had my first heart attack. The doctor prescribed 25 milligrams of metoprolol once a day, one tablet. Then when I had my second heart attack, ding, 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 yay, you beast you. So, fact, 30% of people who have a heart attack die on their first heart attack. 1 out of 3 die when they first have a heart attack. I've had 2. Still here. And cancer. Throw cancer in for good measure. So anyway, when I had my second one, he bumped me up to 50 grams of metoprolol, 2 25 milligram pills, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Doubled my dosage, basically, after the second heart attack. And after an initial taking care of myself back in America, I fell into my bad habits after the 2011, and that's why I had another one in 2013. So 2015, 2014, I had a failed business trying to sell insurance. Who knew? Bottom line was I didn't believe in the product. I mean, insurance is not a bad thing, but mortgage protection, insurance, final expense, I didn't believe in it. I didn't have a passion for it like I do with real estate and being an entrepreneur. I was a square peg in the round hole. So not surprisingly, the business failed. So I stopped taking the metoprolol. I stopped taking the blood pressure medicine and the astervatin, which stops the stents from clogging up, and lisinopril, which I think also is a blood thinner, also, and aspirin. I've been taking aspirin every day. That I kept taking as a blood thinner so the heart doesn't clog up again. And aspirin you can get over the counter. You can just buy normal, so no big deal. So when I stopped taking that medicine, within 6 months, my blood pressure went up to 190 over something. I forget the lower number, but I went to a clinic just because I had tingling in my arm, and tingling in your arm is a sign of problem. Your body is telling you. Thank God we have our bodies and tell you that something's wrong. My particular problem or challenge is I don't feel pain like normal people. So I don't, when I had a heart attack, books described it that I read later as an elephant sitting on your chest. I thought I had indigestion, like if you ate too much spaghetti sauce and you have that acid reflux burn. To me, that's what a heart attack felt like. So I'm not as sensitive and tuned in to my body as most of you are, that when something's wrong, your body lets you know. Other than that, I'm grossly overweight. My body's letting me know something's wrong there, right? And every time you get sick, your body's letting you know something's wrong. It's telling you if you just listen to it. So in 2015, I went to a clinic, Walgreens free clinic. Once again, remember I was broke, just got back in real estate, working my way back up from being broke from the failed business. And so I went to the free clinic or the cheap clinic, whatever it was, $20, I don't remember, but it wasn't a lot of money. and she measured my blood pressure and said it's 180 over something. She said, "You've got to go to the hospital. I mean, you have to go by law. This is no joke. Your your head's about to friggin' explode." I was working. I was doing an open house when the tingling happened, sitting there waiting for customers. So I went to the hospital, and when they put the thing on me there, the whole time I was on the blood pressure machine, they hooked me up to, it went up to 190, and I started having arrhythmia where the heart started beating irregularly, like it would race and then go down and then race and go down. Good place for that to happen, in a hospital, right? So they gave me some kind of drugs to, calm that shit down, and got me back to normal. And halfway 2015, I started flipping houses again, and that's what got me to Thailand, right? Flipping houses. The brokerage built up. I went from 6 agents to 48, 50 agents at one point. We've lost a few since I left, and everybody wants to talk to Daddy. Is what it is. I still love them though. They're still my guys. Anyway, I fast forward to this month. I come to Thailand. Last month, I come to Thailand. I need my prescriptions. I need my drugs. I'm a junkie. I'm hooked into the system. Give me my drugs, right? Because if I don't take them, I'm going to have a mini stroke. I know that from experience. Listen to your doctor, right? Right. That's what you've been taught. And so the lady gave me the drugs. She knew better than to argue with a big stupid Farang who's hooked on prescriptions. She didn't say anything to me about getting off the drugs or being healthy or any of that crap. She just said, "Okay, you want drugs? Here's your drugs, foreigner, Farang boy. Here you go." She gave me a 2-month prescription and made an appointment to follow up. And she said, "We want to run a series of tests." Now, my whole thing is I see the world through money, because that's how the world sees the world, is through money. The people who run it at least see it through money. So I always look at through that lens and see where the angle is. And I said, "Oh, of course the Thai heart doctor is making an appointment. It's not good enough to bang me, the 8,000 baht, which was, what, I got to get better at this, $240, $240, something like that. For the visit, right, to get my drugs, and that included the drugs too, by the way. So all told, it was less than $200 for the visit with the drugs, 2 months worth. But no, she wants more. She, come on back and see me. Every time I saw my heart doctor in America, once again, a shout out to Dr. D. He saved my life. He's a great guy. He's a very good surgeon. I'm not blaming the doctors here. I'm talking about the system in which they work. And doctors in the U.S. are enablers. They enable the system, and it's because they were raised in the system and taught this is the way you do it. Guys who work on cars are taught a certain system. Customer comes in with a bad AC. This is how many hours the book says it takes to fix. It might actually take you half the time, but the system of being a mechanic is you charge what's in the book for labor, right? Just the way the freaking world works. Like I said, money, 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 money. So, this Thai doctor didn't argue with me. She just gave me the prescription, but she did book a follow-up. So, fast forward to 2 days ago, I was going to cancel the appointment. We're on lockdown here in Pai to the point where the restaurant's open. Guest house isn't. Alcohol can be sold for takeaway only. So, like the U.S., it's blossoming like a flower. And gradually, things are opening up. But Farang only, and this is, you'll learn the more you learn about Thailand, there's definitely 2 sets of rules. One for locals and one for Farang. I'm okay with that. We're guests in their country. They want us to follow a different set of rules. Okay, no problem. But what's frustrating is right now on lockdown, I cannot, my girlfriend can, the old owner can because they're Thai, I cannot leave the state. Once again, state equals province. I can't leave the province, Myeongsang, and go to Chiang Mai. The problem with that is, as I discussed, this Pai, beautiful little town, gorgeous little, cool vibe, hippie-ish, laid back, natural healing Pai, has, 2,000-3,000 people in it, maybe 5 when tourists come in or expats. Chiang Mai has 1.1 million people in it. So as you can imagine, it's a much larger city. Pai, think of Pai as a suburb of Chiang Mai. That will piss the people in Pai off, but that's how, it is. It's a small little, you know, 45-minute flight, 3-hour drive thanks to the mountain. I just drove that yesterday. Oh my God. I'll put a video together of that. When you guys see these turns, man, I mean, we're talking serious hairpin turns, like 270, almost a 180, and going straight uphill. I mean, like insane angles and curves. What a drive. It's wicked. My counterpart in crime got sick to her stomach and had to pull over, and she threw up. That's how twisty they are. I'm this fucking idiot going wee wee like I'm on a roller coaster while I'm driving, but I'm special like that. I not only rode the short bus to school, I licked the windows. Fucking whatever. I loved it. To me, I was excited to go to Chiang Mai, and she threw up, and she slept in this morning for the first morning. She's tired. She's beat. It's a lot for. I forget sometimes that she's just a little guy. Because she's so strong and hardworking. I forget that at the end of the day, she's 4'9" and 90 pounds, and she can't take what I can take. So I got to remind myself of that from time to time. Anyway, long story short. The exception to Farang's not being able to go back and forth between the provinces is if you have a medical appointment. Ding, 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 ding. I got a medical appointment. The doctor wants her money. And like I said, through the money-focused lens when she first made the appointment, I'm like, sure, she wants money. She wants to see me again to collect another, whatever, 8,000 baht, 10,000 baht. She wants to fill her coffer. She's a doctor. She wants money. And, so I went to the local hospital here, which is a requirement, not because anything was wrong, but because I needed a piece of paper from them saying it was okay for me to cross the border and come back, i.e. I don't have corona, something I've known the entire time, but they want their paperwork. 250 baht it costs to get the stupid paper. Okay, I mean, guys, that's $5. Am I doing the math right? No, $8. That's $8. Yeah, $8. 240 baht would be about $8. Once again, it's 32.5. So, like less than $10. 300 baht is $10. So, 320 baht is $10. So, less than $10. I got the stupid piece of paper I need to get to Chiang Mai, and I've been wanting to go to Chiang Mai. Go to the stores, get liquid smoke, get lemons, get dill. Just get lamb. Minced lamb for lamb burgers, and lamb shoulder for gyros. So I've been dying to get down there, so whatever the hell it took. So I went to the hospital, got the paper. They called at the hospital in Pai. They called the doctor and said, do you know this Greg Brady dude? Does he really have an appointment? I mean, holy shit, they're fucking anal, There's no scamming them. There's no pulling a quick one on them. Some people I've heard, think Thai is a third world country or backwards or whatever. No, they're on top of it, man. They were on the phone calling the doctor, verifying that I had the appointment. So fasting is something I might look at in the future. Once again, trying to get healthy. But I had to fast for my blood test. They said don't eat anything after 8 o'clock at night. So I fasted, no water, no food past 8 p.m. on Sunday night, and we drove down on Sunday so it wouldn't be so hard on her going down, buying stuff and coming back, which is the normal run they do here. The Dutch guy who's dating the Thai lady who sold us the business, he makes the run in 5-6 hours down and back, driving a little bit faster than I could go in the car. As soon as she got sick, I started driving like a grandma. And when I say driving slow, we're talking 20 kilometers an hour, which is like 12 miles an hour. I mean, slow, painfully slow. You cannot go 50 miles an hour down that hill. You just can't. But I was ramping it up to 60 to 80 kilometers which, 80 kilometers is 50 miles an hour. I tried to do that on the straightaways, and then on the curves, I lowered it down to 60 and sometimes 40. That was still twice as fast as she wanted me to go. Now, that's a 3-hour drive, and I really didn't want it to be a 4-hour drive or a 5-hour. Who the hell knows how long it would take if you go 20 kilometers an hour? It's just, there's big lumbering trucks that are going up the road, and you get behind them, they're going 20 kilometers, and it's just, I go crazy. I get me, big, fat, slow, almost dead guy, gets hyper. I'm like, I gotta pass him. Get all testosterone up. Anyway, after she got sick, I slowed way the fuck down, and yeah, it makes a mind-numbingly long drive longer when you go slower. So next time I gotta go, I love you, honey, but you gotta stay home because I got to go. I gotta make time. I gotta drive that fucker in two and a half hours if possible. Get what I need and get the fuck back. So we made it a 2-day thing. I fasted as per doctor's orders. I came in. I took a battery of tests. They checked my cholesterol, triglycerides. Everything. They did every test known to man. And once again, I just said, okay, Thai doctor, doctor being a doctor, they want money. So I got in to the office to see the doctor. And first of all, she had the new plastic thing that, it seems like as Corona has gone on, everybody's upgraded their gear. So instead of a doctor wearing a surgical mask, which is what you'd expect, right, when dealing with the public sitting across from a desk, she had on the welder's mask, right, the plastic, the spit guard, And I made a joke because she speaks English. She's a beautiful lady in her 30s, typical Thai woman, slender, pretty, smart, hardworking, and a doctor to boot. So she's definitely a catch for some dude. I don't know if it's going to be a Thai guy or Farang, but just a great human being, really cool person, good heart, and hard worker, and smart and beautiful. So welcome to Thailand, right? The hospital for the horny guys out there who are thinking of Thailand because they can't score in the U.S. or Germany or Italy or wherever and want to come here. Guys, the hospital was filled with gorgeous women. Filled. The nurses, the lady in purple who greets you and takes your paperwork. You get a little card with your name on it, whatever, and you carry it around with you at all the stations. That's given to you by a lady dresses in purple. She was gorgeous. The nurses were gorgeous. Some of them were in tan sweaters and light blue pants. Those were like nurses' aides, whatever. They would take your blood pressure, take your temperature. And then they had nurses with the funny hats, like the old nurse ratchet hat, the white hat. I wanted the video, and they wouldn't let me. I was quickly told, no video. So I couldn't make a video to show you guys. I thought it was funny as hell with the hat, the white hat that comes back like in a cone, They had a couple of those who were obviously nurses, I guess, doctor's assistants. Anyway, getting back to my doctor in the welding masks, she speaks fluent English, and I made a joke and said, hey, if this doctor thing doesn't work out, you can weld. You can take a job welding because you have the mask. No, this one's not going to be edited by Mike, so no little giggling white Buddha on that one, but yeah, I made it funny. And she giggles. Just the sweetest lady in the world, personable. And then here's where things take a turn from the West. She says, your results are fantastic. Because I had brought from Dr. D, from my American heart doctor, I had brought all my stuff, my portfolio, my records of everything with the heart attacks, the stroke, the medicines, everything, all my numbers from my blood work, everything. And she's like, these numbers are fantastic. Your blood pressure is way down. And when I say way down, taking the Western pills, all right, the 50 grams of metoprolol, when I would go to Publix back in Jacksonville, Florida, they have a Higgy machine, Higi. You sit down, you put your arm in the cuff, and it tells you your blood pressure, and the bench was a scale. And I told you I weighed 287 plus back then. We're talking about last year and even early this year. So I'd get my height and check my blood pressure. And a lot of times it was in the 140 to 150 range for the high number, systolic, I think it's called, which was borderline high blood pressure. I'm like, fuck, I'm taking the pills like I'm supposed to, taking the aspirin, taking the lisinopril, taking the metoprolol, taking the aspirin, and my blood pressure is still borderline high, 150 over whatever. I get here, I meet the natural healer guy, Mr. Dean. I start juicing, and when I say juicing, I mean drinking a pint, 16 ounces of vegetable juice every morning. Carrot juice, cucumber, green papaya, which I don't know if you can get green papaya there, but cucumber I know for a fact you can get. Celery, which I know you can get at Publix, or better yet, like a farmer's market. And with the carrots, once again, if you can get them with the tops on them, that's what you want. The green, life, think life. You want live, alive, life-giving, right? So the green shit's good, sprouts are good, anything growing is good, because that's what you're putting into your body instead of dead cow, which is a hamburger, or, smoked ribs, which one of my favorite meals, carcinogens and dead meat. You've cooked the life out of the meat. Most of the nutrients in food leave after 118, 120 degrees, right? Oxygen leaves at 130. So when you cook meat, you're cooking out the life. You're killing the meat, and you're doing that on purpose because you want to eat dead meat. I get it. But think about it from this perspective. If you want your body to live and be alive, you want to put live food in it, raw food, right? So we take the carrots and a beet, I throw one beet in there, celery, cucumber, and green papaya, which once again is a thing here. They're cheap, 10 baht for a giant friggin' papaya this big. And I juice that and I drink it in the morning. And I just started to add in the afternoon pomelo, which is the size of a cantaloupe. It's the Thai grapefruit, but it's the size of a honeydew melon or a cantaloupe. It's huge. Pomelo, mango, my first true love. I could live, honestly, there was a time when I did live on Twinkies and Mountain Dew, and I could probably live on pad thai and mango, honestly. I really could, and I'd be very happy, but, mixing it up a little bit. And pad thai is dead food, starch, the flour, the noodles, they put sugar in it, sugar, the enemy, the evil sugar. So, I have the juice in the morning, I have the pomelo, mango, and pineapple juice in the afternoon. I'm going to start to look actually to do more of it, because my blood pressure checked in the hospital the other day was 116 over whatever normal is, 80, 82, something like that, low. It was, both of my numbers were in the normal range, way, way down from what they were in America. What's the difference? Juicing. I've been juicing, I've been eating better. The morning breakfast of fruit, yogurt, and granola. Yeah. But I eat it, it's good for me. My blood pressure is way the hell down. So here's where the twist comes. The doctor, the Thai doctor, says, what have you been doing? How did your numbers get so low? I told her I'm eating yogurt and mixed fruit in the morning, and I'm drinking juice. And her answer was, that's fantastic, that's great. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm going to cut your blood pressure medicine in half. Instead of taking the 50 milligrams now, just take 25. Excuse me? That's scary. That's scary. Show that to your kids. They won't be able to sleep tonight. So that was the first. Remember I talked about Buddhism and how I'm interested in Buddhism. Buddha was the first guy I knew who said, question everything, and even me. First doctor ever said, I'm going to cut your medicine. She scored major points. So juicing works. I'll do some more videos on that. But the main thing is I'm healthy because of what I've been doing, You can do it too. I don't make any money. Nobody makes any money. In fact, the doctors make less money when you drink juice and eat healthy. Love y'all.